Hey, whoa, stop. How's it going, guys? I hope you guys are having a great day. I sure am myself, because today we get to take this thing down to the dyno to get some baseline numbers and then hopefully start modifying the crap out of it as fast as well. Companies can come out with performance parts for it. Now, I do have one hanging suspicion I want to mention before we go. If you've seen our VA versus VB video, you would have seen that at the race at the end of the video, this thing put about 1.5, 2 car lengths on the VA, which they make about the same amount of power. This thing actually weighs even more since it's a premium and our VA is a base model. They were both completely stock. Another reason why I have a sneaking suspicion this thing might make more power is, well, Subaru claims this thing's supposed to make 12 pounds of boost, but the peak boost number on our stock boost gauge in the dash says that at some point we've hit 14.7 pounds. So it's got me wondering, how much power will we actually put down today? Take some wild guesses in the comments. And I guess I'll see you guys at the dyno. All right, so what numbers did we get? Well, we got a whopping 268 wheel horsepower and 309 wheel foot-pounds of torque. Now, before you go pooping your pants, screaming, oh, Subaru just pulled off like the biggest sandbag ever, there's a little known factor we gotta talk about, and that is the SAE dyno correction factor. Before we talk about the SAE dyno correction factor, let's talk a little bit about SAE themselves. So SAE International, or formerly known as the Society of Automotive Engineers, it's basically a huge group of engineers and technical experts all over the world, basically agreeing on industry standards. So if you pick up a jug of oil, you will see SAE written on it, and that just means that the jug of oil you picked up fits within their standards for whatever viscosity it is. So whether you pick up 0W20 from Motul or Castrol, Valvoline, Pennzoil, etc., they all should fit within that standard that the SAE set. And now that we know a little bit about them, let's talk about their dyno correction factor. The SAE dyno correction factor, the most widely used and widely recognized, especially here in the United States, way of narrowing down dyno runs in different environments. Why was it invented in the first place? Well, say we took our 22 WRX and dynoed it in California. Without adjusting those numbers, we would have most likely seen more power and more torque because there's more air pressure there, more oxygen, equals bigger boom equals more power. Now, if we moved it back to Utah, on the same exact dyno, we'd have probably seen lesser numbers because there's less air pressure here. So the standard states that at 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 29.39 inches in mercury of air pressure, and 0% of humidity in the air, you would not need any correction at all. Well, see, the problem with our dyno run is that we were way out of their standard. And like all things, the dyno correction factor is not exactly perfect. So why is the correction factor not exactly perfect? Well, honestly, on its own, for example, on naturally aspirated cars, it probably is the best correction factor standard that, humans have available to them. The problem really lies is when we start talking about turbocharged cars. You see, turbocharged cars will try to adjust for the lack of outside air pressure, no matter where they are, whether at Mount Everest or down at sea level. They will try to hit the boost that they are supposed to hit. Now, so when you have the car already adjusting for the lack of air pressure, and then you slap the correcting factor on top, well, you quite simply get higher numbers than you're probably actually making. So where does that put us? Well, it's kind of hard to say. Let's pull up our dyno run without the correction on it. Now, first thing I want to point out is that we were suffering from quite a bit of heat soak there. I'm sure you guys saw the run where pretty much the whole run was heat soaked, but we were struggling with heat soak towards the end of each run. So without the correction, we make 218 wheel horsepower and 251 wheel foot-pounds of torque. And now we'll slap on the corrected number on top, and as you can see, we have 268 all-wheel horsepower and 309 wheel foot-pounds of torque. Now, our real number probably lies somewhere in between those two runs. I know that we for sure could have made more wheel horsepower if not for the heat soaking, but what can you do there? It is what it is at that point. So if you're telling me dynos are inconsistent, what's the point of doing dyno runs at all? The point of a dyno is not to go there and then show off that you made more numbers than your friend, or show off that you made more power than a person with the same mods, because the environment and the many factors that are involved of making horsepower and torque could have just been in your favor. The real reason you should go to a dyno is to see your car progress. I mean, is it not satisfying to see progress? It is in all walks in life, and it is the exact same, if not even more satisfying when it comes to modding your car. So the real reason we went to the dyno is to get our baseline numbers, slap some mods on it, and then go back and see how much progress we've made. All right, well, that about wraps it up for today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so, I can, make a video about this thing. To any of you who still remember that thing. And yeah, what do you guys think about our dyno numbers? Let me know in the comments down below. I really want to hear from more people because, not a whole lot of people have dynoed the 22 WRX yet. So I really want to see what you guys think about this thing. And, for all my extensive research into this whole correction factor stuff, maybe give me a like. That'd be really cool. But besides that, folks, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.